Alright, hey y'all, it's Pizza Hut, and we're here in Fallout 4 at County Crossing right now. Uh, I'll explain what's happening here in just a minute. But, yeah, I haven't done a building video here in a minute. I thought it'd be fun to come back and do one. Well, explain a recent small gap in my content coming out. Now, I don't have I have like 15 subscribers. I don't know, like 50 some followers, etc. Somewhere around there. But I do put out a lot of content, like tons, right? So pretty much every day to every couple of days, I'll put out a video or videos. Some days I'll put out 2 or 3. Sometimes I have different series in different games. Okay, it was just not rendering it. I was like, man, there looks like there's a huge gap right here. Yeah, just one here. So, like I said, nobody would have noticed it, and it's fine. But, like, I just feel like I need to get it out there because I'm not exactly sure what I'll be doing in the next few days, week, whatever. But anyway, so about a month and some change ago, I got COVID. And then after I got COVID, I got a different kind of COVID. So yeah, I managed to catch COVID back to back. That was, rough as it was, but it's a terrible cold that I got through. I have, 2 of the shots. I didn't have the booster yet, but it was like a really terrible cold. But that, and it's still, affecting my lungs apparently a little bit, but that's not the big problem. So anyway, about 5-6 days ago, I woke up, it felt weird, and I just felt lightheaded and had a headache, right? And then I got up to go to the bathroom like you do in the morning, and I was standing there, and I swear I saw my feet move, right? Like I had a hallucination. And so, whatever. But then I just thought, oh, I just woke up. Maybe I'm still dreaming or whatever. I don't know. Then later on, I was running an errand, and when I was coming back inside, I felt dizzy, like confused a little bit, and got inside, sat down for a bit, felt a little better, and then after a while, I don't know, I just this is so sad, typical to say, but I started feeling some pain in my shoulders, arms, and chest. And pizza is, educated enough to know that that's not a good thing. So I was like, man, I've been feeling weird, a little lightheaded, like maybe I'm not getting enough blood to my brain, and feeling a little just off. And now I have chest pain. So, deciding not to drive, I got a ride up to the old hospital. I went to hospital, and they hooked me up to a bunch of machines and drew a metric ton of my blood. And sure enough, the doc came back and he was like, "You're a very lucky person, because you probably don't even really understand what's happening right now, but you're having a massive heart attack." And it's called a widowmaker heart attack. and it kills so many people because it's so mild, and people just sort of dismiss what's happening. So they were like, we're going to give you a lot of drugs, and we're going to see what happens through the night, but in the morning, afternoonish, you're probably going into the operating room, and we're going to have to do a heart catheter, which sounds like fun, right? They just, I don't know, slide this tube up one of your arteries up to your heart so they can like operate on you. Anyway, got through a night. Now here's the thing. Here's why feels so weird and cheesy. Like, anytime you see like heart attacks in like a movie or something, you know, you see this, you know, all this pain and you just imagine like all this immediate attention, right? And all of a sudden, like, you know, people are rushing in and ambulances, and you got a team on you, and next thing you know, you're in the operating room and they're cracking open your chest or doing whatever and zapping you. And this was like, I was literally for what's yeah 24 hours in an no, in an ER room. No, wasn't in the ER room for that long, but 24 hours before they operated on me, I was basically having this heart attack, and they just medically kept it reasonable. I guess they were trying. I guess they were trying to see how much they could do with drugs before they went in, and then when it got to the point where, I don't know, some chemical went to a certain level, and they were like, "No, we got to go now." And they came and got me. It was weird. You're sort of awake. I say sort of, because I do have some memories of it. And the weirdest thing, man. So I got 2 stents put into the big artery that wraps around your heart, which is not a good place to have things going on. So anyway, I had this major blockage, and I'm, you know, a fairly healthy person, especially when it comes to, you know, my food, or I have been for at least the last year and a half, and I lost, I mean, months ago, I mean, like, about a year ago, I had lost about 50 pounds, and then I eventually lost about 70 pounds. So I've done a lot of changes to my lifestyle, and I eat fairly well. So having some massive heart block just didn't even occur to me. However, it appears that there was some pre-existing condition, and thanks genetics, along with the COVID. COVID apparently just wrecked everything and just amped up, I guess, a timeline that was happening anyway. So I'm not really sure. It kind of, I'm trying to decide, you know, did COVID, I mean, it probably caused this, but maybe it also saved my life, weirdly.
Make a move and I'll end you.
Will you?
Wastelander.
Look at me and look at you, bud. But, oh, so anyway, so here you are, like you expect, you know, like I said, you know, a scene from a medical TV drama, and everybody's running, and really it's just nurses coming in every now and then to, like, you know, check your machines and uh, take blood and give you pills, tear off the little ticker tape from your heart machine. They didn't even have that on the whole time. Uh, I'm watching bad, uh, you know, I don't watch much actual television, so that was interesting. And, yeah. I was surprised at how many judge shows are still on. I wasn't surprised about how many murder shows are on. Jesus. But I eventually found some garbage to watch. Anyway, but yeah, I'm like, it was so surreal because they brought me like a turkey sandwich. They didn't have anything. I could have mustard, and then a ginger ale, and I even had a little meal later. It was like, gosh, I don't know the name. It was like mashed potatoes and green beans, and fake mashed potatoes, whatever. But I'm having my little meal, watching like a 1990s sitcom or some weird History Channel thing. I did watch something on the History Channel. It was about outlaws or something, Old West outlaws. And but you're like kind of dying at the same time. Like I said, I don't. It's not. I guess it threw me off. So anyway, uh, but as far as like the procedure, like I said, it's weird because like you're all in there, and then they got you set up and hooked up and everything, and you can actually like. I got like this. I don't know what it is, but basically your insides, they could just look at them on a TV screen like above you. So that was interesting, looking at my heart and everything like that. But I know it's fading in and out because I don't remember them. I remember them taping my arm down because they were going to go in through my arm, not the groin. So there's a fun fact, gang. It could have been the groin, but they went in through my wrist and then came up like through my arm to my heart, which is just insane when you think about it. But I remember at one point, them talking to me, and I was answering them. I guess they were asking if I was okay, or maybe telling me to be still. I think they told me to be still once. But I remember being fascinated and looking at the TV at like my artery, and you could see like once I happened to be awake in the part where I guess where the blood starts flowing again, and I saw my artery just all of a sudden it was so much bigger, like it expanded, and it like contracted for a second, and then it kind of expanded, and I guess that was like the blockage coming out. Ugh, this is so gross. But then I saw like how it's supposed to look compared to what it looked like, and I am lucky to be alive. It looked like a balloon inflating. Now, granted, it's on a big, massive TV. Like, imagine the most beautiful picture you've ever seen on any LCD screen or whatever you want. 8K, baby. But yeah, it was nuts. So then back to my room, and again I talked to her family and everybody and got all that stuff done. Everybody, I'm glad you're alive. And anyway, so then but it's just back to TV. I could eat again. it was just weird because because I went in like when I got there right when I guess the pain would have really started coming along. I don't know. I guess I got there early enough that I just didn't really have to experience a lot of the pain. And again, they really were interested in seeing, I guess, if they could use these. I don't know. I'm on some special drug they're very excited about me taking. So, and I also agreed to let them film the surgery and use it to like do whatever, advance their careers. To teach medical cases later. Yeah, all right, whatever. You just want to have a really cool like video, like it's just like doing any YouTube video or whatever. Hey man, look at my build, look what I did, check it out. So I was totally cool with that. I was like, yeah. And then, but anyway, so yeah, they're really excited about this medicine they got me on. But I guess they wanted to see what that did first. So yeah. There's a little gap in there. In what I'm doing, and so I'm trying to take it easy because that's what you do. What? Yeah, yeah. I can't drive, which is well, I've already driven twice, but it was like literally 2 minutes up the road and back. But yeah, I'm not supposed to, and I'm not. I'm trying to really do. I mean, it's like, hey man, you're almost clocked out of the whole scenario there for ever. Maybe you should do what the doctor says and not do much. So I'm just kicked up in the family rec room, I guess they call it, and got the cable. It's weird. Like I don't really watch much TV, but I've been kind of like it's kind of been fun. I don't know, the hospital sort of kicked this weird thing into me where I'm kind of checking it out because there's a lot of garbage on TV right now. Can you get through here? Oh, that's right. It's a triangle to jump. It's a murder hole. But so I'll probably, well, we'll see I'll just do what I feel like, honestly. Like last night, I was like, I gotta do something, man. With a few people that do watch my stuff, we're gonna drop off here any minute. So I just did a tour of ARC, at one of the maps. They're having a Halloween event. Oh, that's a funny thing. Listen, all right, so I guess the heart attack started on the 18th, right? On the 19th, I went into surgery somewhere in the early afternoon, or late morning, early afternoon. Parts of my visit are foggy because I was on drugs, but they give you get the good pain meds. That's the other thing, I'm not feeling any pain because I'm on like morphine. But they said you don't know, and this one is just like you're like ugh, I feel a little gross, man. Maybe it's heartburn, and you fall over dead. So, Jesus. Anyway, mortality sucks. I don't know, like I can't drive. I can't really do much. They're like, sit on the couch, watch TV, bro. Take pills and eat healthy. Like when we talked over my diet, they were like, you're not really doing your diet wrong. You just need to add other things in along with these pills. I mean, that's basically it. Because of my genetics, maybe, like that, I don't know how to figure the COVID in personally in my mind. They did say it's part of what sped up this process, I guess. But I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, apparently I would have had this happen anyway at some point. Genetics. Like I said, I have a really, and it's not like I was like, well, is it because I was fat and I didn't take care of myself and I didn't exercise and I didn't, eat right, that blockage was just there from, even though with my changes of, health and my actual, my personal doctor, there was no, my cholesterol was sometimes, it was, it wasn't really to the point where I was taking medicine. I did take blood pressure medicine from, almost 50. And it didn't feel like it was too surprising. I had an EKG and I don't even know, like 4 months ago for the physical checkup. They didn't catch anything then. Nothing. So I don't know if that was a fail on my doctor's part or whatever. Basically, no. He was like, "Yeah, you just this is your body, buddy. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, but you're gonna have to really, keep keep your diet up. You know, keep it a little stricter on certain things, but add varying foods in more. And take pills basically forever because that's what you're gonna need to do to live, to survive, my friend. So, uh, yeah, I'd rather not, but I'd rather live. So that's how that one goes. So wait, hold on. Yeah. Oh, other changes? Yeah, sadly, the vape pen and the hookah have to go. The hookah thing is more recent, though. I guess I can give that up. I was dating someone that she loved them and got me on all these different stupid flavors that taste so delicious. And you're like, well, it's not like smoking cigarettes. Apparently it's not that great for you either. And the vapes, too. I'm worried about that, though. Anyway. Sad but true. I'll get over it. If I want to live. Alright, well, anyway, like I said, that was just a general health update. I will do a video here in just a minute. But I thought I'd put this out there. Like I said, I don't know if people... So I feel like I picked up a group of people watching my Skyrim videos. They're kind of new. And then there's people who watch my Call of the Wild hunting videos. I feel like they pop in and out. There's like 100 of them, so I mean, I feel like other than a few series where I've definitely seen dedicated, like, people watch those certain maps or whatever I was doing. For the most part, that's just hit or miss. I catch people who are like, "Oh, who's doing a Call of the Wild video?" At 10 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, whatever. And they watch those, but I just thought I'd let people know that the biggest thing, and I need to go make a video in the Elder Scrolls series that I was doing, is that I'll probably be a little spar on that right now because that's a role playing. It's not a scripted thing. It's just like me on the fly, but I mean, I do make sort of plans where I want to go with the character and my followers and whatnot. But that, like, I mean, I feel kind of like this is a pretty low energy video. I did all right last night. I had a lot more. It's just, man, I'm so tired, dude. Like, all the time. I got up and You know, I made some food and cleaned up my dishes, and I was like, Jesus, I need a nap. County Crossing, what are we doing here? Well, I thought I had this huge space, and I wanted to do. I thought, what if I set up like a test area? Uh, because I'm looking to try a new sort of build. Uh, for me, anyway, I really want to use a lot of different materials. I have really hodgepodge sort of mix of what's going to get, train stuff. I want crap, the good old crap shacks. I want to do a little bit of glitching with some pole glitching and rug glitching and rug pole glitching or pole rug glitching, whatever you call it. Anyway, and put some fill out, like see how this is kind of sticking out a little bit. Fill out some a few more textures into some of this walls. Fill in the gaps. Get barbed wire looking stuff on some things that wouldn't normally. Anyway, just so you see a little bit of everything kind of laying around, and I'm trying to see. I really like how the really beat up old dirty one. A little bit of vault train. That looks neat. I like that. Along with the original crab shack. Although I had to take a wall out. Whatever. Those guys don't need it. I thought I incorporated this in pretty well. Yeah, so not much really going on here. This is kind of where I was when I loaded in the video. I'll go look at something cool here in a second. Let's go. I don't even know what I've been up to recently. I should probably just do a quick tour to see what I've been up to. Nordhagen's got 14 people. What's up there? My memory's a little foggy, honestly. Not just, I think from COVID, from the heart attack, from friggin' just the bevy of events that have been going on in my life right now. I got there's people everywhere, and it's like, thank you, I need your help, but also I just want to fall asleep in front of the TV. Watch some really trashy shows, or at least try to. I can't, man. I can watch some of the judge shows for a minute. I've never been much for reality TV. And there's a ton of that. I was surprised about how much is still out there. Good old Nordhagen. This one's kind of a whip too. Let's get some sleep. Or I guess, can you just wait in this one? No, you gotta be sitting down or something, right? Who's got a bed? You got a bed in here? Yeah, you do. But yeah. Thanks to all my family and loved ones, friends and everyone. No, they really are getting everything done.
Lost track of how many blisters I got.
Oh no! Oh no! Ugh. I'm just kidding. Cora. Let's see. Nordhagen, again, I think it's going all right. There's some stuff I kind of want to change in the back area. I wanted this to be sort of... So the theme behind this is we're rebuilding the Commonwealth. Unfortunately, I thought I came up with like a snazzy, like... I was like, man, this will make a good series. Think about it. People can watch it and they'll be like, "Oh, I see what he's doing. He's trying to do a little thematic. Look, this is what stage we're at in rebuilding the Commonwealth." And looking at, yeah, there's like a billion of those videos. I think I'm adorable though for thinking that I was doing something cool. All right. So yeah, the hodgepodge. You'll see varying materials. I decided to kind of change some things. I did tear some stuff down, it looks like, which I'm glad. But I was, again, trying to use different materials on different buildings to try to show that because if you look out here, we're kind of right next to the city and the suburbs with, I forget what's down there. I forget how to use the map. What is it? Yeah, Fort Strong. So, it's filled with super mutants, so we're not really gathering anything from there. But if they were all, let's say, dead, we'd have tons of scrap and tech. We got all these boats and stuff. I guess that's is that Libertalia? Must be. Yeah. So wow, what a place to be. What a lovely place. Who are you?
Don't much care for good neighbor. That place is nothing but trouble.
Ariel, get back to work. Ariel.
Let's trade.
Go ahead.
What you got? A tuned sniper rifle? Who are you, Ariel? You don't have a Brahmin. Yep, you're just out here goofing around. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so whenever there's power lines, I like to kind of geek the idea that there's power. Which fits my roleplay in this one in particular, because I'm trying not to throw down a bunch of generators. Sometimes probably for just the look of it. But, yeah. Anyway, I guess Ariel, maybe she doesn't have a job. She's bored. I'll figure it out. So this place I wanted to... So again, the theme, rebuilding the Commonwealth. I've done that before, but generally I go for like a more modern tact, I guess. So in this, we're sort of in between stages. We're not like really... Well, most of the places are not. Like I said, we're better than when you walk in on day one. Things are more established. There's definitely some communities. There's definitely trade. There's stuff going on. People are rebuilding, like I said. But we're not in any kind of like advanced stage. We're still using mostly. It's mostly going to be scrap and crap. So everything's pretty much traditional. I don't have too many added special textures or anything on. Like I said, I do want to start glitching some different textures in. So, covering up these supports and getting a different look to some of these walls. Yeah, so they've got their little trade spot. I guess they're trading with, maybe these are intelligent super mutants. They don't want to kill us all. And anybody from, again, who can make it out here through the city or out from the outskirts, get here and do a little trading. You know what? Like I said, we're working on it. We got some farming going on, obviously. Hunting and fishing, so we're gonna highlight that. Yeah, I guess you.
How are you?
I'm well. We'll have to get you. Well, I do like to have some settlers that don't have jobs, because if you really get it completely set up, let's say and you've got 12, I don't know, 12 actual workers in your settlement. You know, throw in like 4 or 5 other people that don't do anything. They just wander around, play with stuff. We're heavily modded, right? So that's cool. You may recognize some of the stuff
Feet hurt.
from your own mods.
Everything hurts.
Me, man, I get it. But I do have a video where I show all the mods that I'm using. So go back and watch one of those. Anyway, so yeah, we got our little food set up. You can come by. We'll make you something. We'll toss something on the grill. A little wood stove here. Have a seat. We'll get you what we can for a cost, right? We get some junk
Get
around.
back to Diamond City one of these days.
Well,
Biggest town I ever saw.
I'm working on that, dude. You just wait and see. Yeah, you know, basics that they have in the wasteland. You might want to play some blast radios, grab some food, whatever. Maybe you need some parts. You need those pencils. You gotta make bullets from pencils. Everyone knows. Because graphite is what you need to make bullets. Alright, clothing. Just odds and ends. I don't really have too much of the home set up for anything in particular. This was just sort of like a setup I wanted. I was either going to make it like a tool shed or like something else, but I just threw some beds in there for now. Here we have the church, right? It's hard to read because it's not nighttime. Church of the Red Angel. Right? It's open and any may join. So we got a little well, I'll let you take it in for yourself. There's the Red Angel. Right. We have our minister here. You can come in and pray whenever you need to. Right. Take a break from your duties and surviving. No. The Church of the Red Angel is open to all denominations. You can come in and pray to whoever you feel like. Just remember, America lives on in you. Hard work is happy work. A little indoctrination going on right from the get-go. You gotta walk out the door. Remember, promoting cleanliness is godliness. So yeah, I always liked the idea of like the Church of Adam. And, you know, because people need something to turn to, particularly in horrible situations, right? So, I would think you would see I would think you would see not only a resurgence in, like, classic type religions, but I would also think you would see, you know, growth of new religions. So, we have one here. I don't know what it is. We'll just say they sort of borrowed from everybody. And our preacher here, he had a vision of the Red Angel saving us all. So, Church's Red Angel.
You know what I call a good day?
What's up?
One that ends without an empty stomach.
Well, you have a ton of food here, dude. OC Decorator can be thanked for making this little desk pile. I decided to, again, we have the phone lines out there. Sometimes in my playthroughs I like to stick phones in certain places and give the idea that they've somehow managed to have a little communication. I did it in a Minuteman playthrough. I really loved it because all the Minuteman bases they all had a phone. They could call each other. They get the radio and the phone, right? And that's all mods. I didn't put all that stuff down. This is me. It's Bernardo. Oh, and this. I made this little coffee station. I guess we have Bibles. Like I said, I'm a little confused, but that's the idea. You're supposed to be a little confused about this religion. Wait. Okay.
I got work to do. Can't talk now.
You don't work. I don't think you have a job either. But see, at least they go run around. But they love these pews. They cannot help themselves. These and the diner tables. They freak out over those two things. A little setup, a little indoctrination like that. This is one of the newer ones I've been working on, so there's not a ton of stuff in here. Somebody's house. I like playing with the lighting. Yeah. They got a greenhouse going. So, yeah, you know, we're in the stages of being prosperous compared to other people in the wasteland and on our way to obviously becoming more prosperous. So, yeah, we got a greenhouse, so we're good for most of the conditions. I'm assuming it helps. I don't know if it's whatever. There's not a ton of radiation in my roleplay. But everybody's busy.
I was coming in pretty good.
Yep.
Out here, you gotta take things one day at a time.
Now this kid is a wreck,
See
right?
Diamond City? It's huge.
Yes, I've seen it. Everybody's seen it. It's not that big. So he is this. If you don't give them, this kid, his own little crop, and he has to get his stuff planted before you plant anything else here, this kid's gonna break your game here. It's gonna keep kicking people off their jobs and keep kicking people off their beds. So whatever you do when you get here, take the 2 adults and put them on guard stations. That's usually what I do at first. It depends on how much scrap you have. If you're just balling it out, you know, mods, you can just place down whatever you want, do whatever you want when you get here, go for it. But even out his crop, so he's picking 6, and then you can have people picking other crops, doing other things. So this is part of the hunting and fishing mod I have on. I love it. Adds a more realistic feel to the whole deal in my mind. Very immersive.
Easy living, this ain't.
I know, but Anna, you look dope. Anyway, so yeah, you know, they're hunting, they're fishing. I don't, like I said, the radiation. I mean, do 2 seconds of research and you find out that a majority of the radiation would have been gone in like 5 to 10 years. So we're hundreds of years in the future. Nothing in here, but a cool little structure. This one, there'll be some more. I think I'm gonna try to build up some. And I always think they'd find sheets, man, or make some. We got all these skins, all these animals. But yeah, like I said, we're getting better. Things are getting better. We even got a boat or 3. If you want fish, you gotta go get fish. If you want people over here, you gotta ferry them out. So we can provide travel services, and again, we can sell you all kinds of food if you need it down here. Sure, we have a lot of weird mutated fish, but again, you know, some of them might be cancerous. But some fish are cancerous right now, right? Again, our water is not going to immediately kill you as soon as you get into it, because it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And then we have our fishing docks. It's kind of like a family affair. They kind of work together. Yeah, like I said, whip. But this is where we come up and refuel the boat, offload and onload cargo. It's not really a cargo day, it's a fishing day. Gotta clean the catch. Anyway, check it out. Isn't this dope? Oh, watch him. Scale it. Get the scales up and then point. And then we got, you know, fish out here drying, more fish to be cleaned. We got some oysters, various sea creature parts. Little hatchling there. I really like this idea of, you know, the best view of the city anyway belongs to the guy who runs the docks. Or gal, I don't remember. I didn't really pick. The couple. But yeah, this really being just more of a utility place. And then 1 or 2 people who just crash here. They can sleep out here on the deck if they want. Also, we don't have much in tides. I don't know what happened. Maybe there was an issue. Nuclear war. The moon floated away. I don't know. We still have tides. You can see we're still elevated, but maybe it's where we're at in this bay. Obviously, it isn't too much of a problem. I just figure if you see it, wherever it is right now, that's basically high tide. Now I did. I can plant tarberries.
Seems to be growing well.
This guy is out here growing my tarberries. That should get you a fisherman's outfit. That cannot be comfortable. That's probably bad for your feet, buddy. We'll get you a fisherman's outfit. No. Ugh. So that's about it on this one. I got most of what I'm looking for. There's a ton of filler that needs to go down, but I got most of what I'm looking for in the buildings, I think. I feel like I need some utility stuff. You know, shops and different things. I want to add certain things on to, like, the hunter's house. Oh, this area back here. This is where my, that's it. So this is going to be like the tools and shop area. And this is going to be like my tinkerer, my, you know, all around mechanic guys and Minuteman guy. But I figure rank hath privilege in the real world, so it has it in the post-apocalyptic world too. Generally speaking, if you have a skill and it's vital, you're probably going to have nicer properties. So my man is right here. He got the nice deck. He's got plenty of room for me to put all kinds of crap in here. Nice big bed. He's got the old Minuteman flag wrapped around him at night. Alright. Then, let's see. Oh, I didn't realize it was sticking. We beached it! We're getting the barnacles off. Anyway, got the nice deck, man. Even covered on those crappy days. Got the great view. He's the guy that keeps the boat running and the tractor going and any other junk that needs to be fixed, taken care of. He's got the power on. He's got a fat house on the hill. Cool. I did more here than I thought. What else we got going on? I don't think I built anything out there. Did I build anything at the slug? Probably not yet. These are next. So let's jump over to Green Top. Like I said, because of the health stuff, I mean, I'll probably do some building when I'm not broadcasting. I just got to keep it kind of simple right now. That's why I'm gonna, like I said, I might do a little bit of the Skyrim roleplay, but I want it to be, I want to keep it up the pace in that, and the humor and whatnot. And I don't want to wreck it just being like, and then I'm in amendment here. I need to fix this. This is actually my scrapping station. It just fell over. It doesn't work. Alright, so here is our manufacturing center, basically. Just taking advantage.
Stay away from is Parson State Insane Asylum.
Oh,
I
I'm
know what goes on there.
definitely going to the insane asylum. Well, I want to know, bro. I want to know what kind of insane things are going on. So, this one, like I said, is more. This is tied in with the Minutemen, tied in with the. I did give another allegiance, didn't I? Who are you? Maybe it's not. Oh, the BOS. So, the varying factions will show up in some of my builds, but so this is why we have a bit more tech here. I knew there was a reason. You know, we had some existing buildings for whatever this was. This was some kind of manufacturing, small manufacturing facility. Doesn't really matter what it had. It has what we need. And we'll go inside. We got our plant manager here.
Not many doctors around these days.
I know.
Should let me take a look at you.
She's actually like pre-war, right? So, all my ghouls in my settlements, I try to,
If
you
you've
know.
been up to see Grey Garden, you should go. The whole place is run by robots.
Beat it. You guys talk too much. I'd rather listen to the machines. No, don't chase me. Alright, so anyway, I like pre-war goals in certain positions because you think, alright, they have all this knowledge from the past. They would know how to operate some of this machinery. They would know how to, I like, really, especially for doctors. Think about it in your settlement. Like, you've got an actual pre-war doctor or surgeon. Not somebody who's like, alright, well, I think this is where your kidney is. What do we do here? Well, it's starting to become obvious, I would hope. We make the liquor that's in the Commonwealth. Not just the liquor, all the knockoff Nuka products. And booze and beer. That's right. You find all these things all laying all over the place and you're like, oh, it's pre-war. Really? I don't think a 210-year-old beer would be at the top of my list of things to drink. And I know alcohol can last a long time, and some alcohol can last thousands of years. But I'm guessing that Gwynedd Ale is gross. It might even cause damage, and probably the cap, it would have rusted off, and all the liquid would have been gone. Anyway. And the glass would have gotten pretty fragile. Over 210 years. But we also know that there's super preservatives, so maybe they had super glass. Maybe it's all plastic, which I guess would also ruin most of this stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Because in this playthrough,
Patch you up if you need it.
no, we make it. That's right. It actually has a facility. It actually comes from places. And yeah, you gotta buy it. Because if you want to rebuild the Commonwealth, restart civilization, you gotta have the caps. So we even have a freezer rigged up, so we can have cold product. Well, yeah, all right. So we can have cold product on hand, and we can also make ice. Yes, this actually makes ice. I don't want that stuff. Yeah, it looks weird. That's where we keep our ball peen hammers. But yeah, you can see here is where we sell, and well, these guys are working on
It's as simple as that.
a couple batches back here. We kind of keep them outside in a place that if it explodes, it's gonna suck for old what's his name here.
Business is good.
He should be all right. He's got this thin metal sheet right in front of him. Yeah, he'll be fine. But this building is made of brick, where the important stuff is.
Another day of hard work.
So any
Never
explosions,
changes.
you guys are will be fine. There's a lot of explosive stuff here. This is where you come in and get your shipments. You know, there's a lot of bars around the Commonwealth. In my playthrough, pretty much every settlement has a bar, right? So we need to give them liquor and beer and Nuka. So we use all our machines here. We cold bottle some stuff, and others, you know, it's just to cool the machines. Anyway, she's an engineer, pre-war. I'm gonna guess worked at a bottling plant. Why not? We'll just throw all caution to the wind. You know. So yeah, she found this old bottling facility, got it up and running, scrap, knew what to get. Had its own fusion generator sitting here. All we needed was a fusion core.
Yeah, especially.
No, 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 I don't want to need. No. All right, so again, I doubt I would have much of the insides decorated, but I definitely wanted most of the housing to be a bit more ramshackle. Even though this is where, you know, we're manufacturing our drinks for the Commonwealth, it's not really a settlement. It's a place for day workers. It's a place, you know, some people live here, but I mean, this guy doesn't even get, you know, real bed or a real home. But more of a, like, you know, place with a flop house for people that are traveling and want to come in and earn a day's worth of wages, some food, and a place to sleep for the night. I'm going to set up a few of these little spots to have like personal stuff belongings. So there are some people that are a bit more permanent. You know, it's a good gig. Maybe they've been here for a few weeks, a month, two, whatever. Of course, some people do live in here. They have to, so they got their own spot. And I'm not quite done with the housing. We've got some amenities because, again, we've got an engineer. Engineers is kind of known for being able to figure different things out. So we've got laundry set up. We got our outhouses going. And we even got a shower and a bath if you need it. Clean up.
Hope you ain't one of them synths here to spy on me.
You work for me, Matthew. You work for me. Anyway, so yeah, we got farm. We got plenty of food. It's not like that. And we need these ingredients also to make, yeah, I don't know if you know, but wheat, corn, watermelon, and I'm assuming mute fruit can all be turned into alcohol. Wheat, corn, and watermelons can all be turned into alcohol in our world. But since they're kind of grapey looking, plum wine is good. All right, we got our veggies for our booze, and of course, just like in a lot of states here in our modern America, you gotta have food to be able to sell alcohol. Now we just want to make more profits, and since people come here to get booze, and they also come here to get lit, and if you want, you can crash in the flop house for the night for a fee. So if you put in a day's work, you get to stay for free and eat for free, and you'll get like 5 or 6 caps. But if you are just coming here to get wasted and hang out and you pick up some booze for your settlement and crash, you can do that too. It costs caps. We got all kinds of good stuff. We got a great chef here. It's kind of a Adam Cat chick. I really like this outfit. I really like the Adam Cat, so I had to bring a little Adam Cat over here to my settlement. Anyway, grab a piece of pie, man. Get a steak. Get some veggies.
Farming's as honest.
Grab a seat.
As honest work gets.
Yeah?
We can do pretty much anything. Want an espresso? Need some tea or coffee? You got you. Sugar bombs are popular in my world. So basically, I'm setting up. I'll do another setup where we're manufacturing food as well. So, you know, like I've got a hunting spot and fishing spot, so that's how we're getting that. They're trading between each other. That's how we're getting steaks, and I've got plenty of farms, so that's where we're getting all the veggies from. And eventually, we're going to be making cram, Instamash, all the little. Because again,
You hear about that farm run by ghouls?
yeah, I get it that this was like the sort of 50s theme, pre-war, everything's preserved. But I want someone making this stuff. Upstairs, at the lounge area, you know, if you don't, this is just if you want to grab a meal and a couple drinks, hang out with your pals. But if you really want to kind of chill, you can come up here, play a little Red Menace, little chess. That's me. He's an OC decorator. That's a mod. But grab an ashtray and some smokes. Have a seat, listen to the radio. Kick back. It looks really cool at night. The lighting's really nice in here. Come back in here. You can get and play games, goof around. Just relax. So this is kind of like a, you know, and again, the workers get all this for free, basically, and make some cabs. And visitors, you know, well, they pay. So. But sit down with your favorite old holotape. Watch an old serial.
Yeah?
Yep. And again, not much to it. I didn't really want to put much here. Like I said, there's a few utility type things I want to get going, and some filler to sort of, you know, give some personal feel to certain spaces in the settlement. So it does have a bit of a lived-in feel. Ignore the green light. No, this is a great add-on. It adds a lot of the stuff that I've seen in here, that any kind of, like, let's see, like the counter in here.
Crop's been growing pretty good lately.
That's part of that mod. The shelves, that's all part of that mod. And what I love about it is that instead of having to place all these individually, like with OC Decorator, we're trying to just stick them on there. This only counts as one piece in the build, so you've got like 40 things on the shelf that if you OC Decorator would count into your build, but this just doesn't. It's just one piece. So. WDP, I guess is what it is. But they have toggles, so I can turn this off. This one is tables. I can cut it off, and then that'll take that out of my menus. So it'll help keep your menus from being 4 minutes to load or crash your game. Anyway. And again, we're BOS is working with Minutemen. Minutemen are working with BOS. We're not really. We're at a stage where we're trying to, you know, we're getting a foothold in a different way. Next. I'm trying to think of places I've actually built. I gotta run back here. Alright, so every now and then this happens, especially where there's kids or settlers that are attached to the settlement when you take it over. For whatever reason, it'll decide that there's 28 people here, and your happiness will start plummeting. So keep an eye on that. Anywhere that, like I said, there's a settlement that has people in it, so green top, especially ones that have kids. So Somerville, Nordhagen, I think there's another one. But anywhere that even there's adults that are attached to that settlement, it can happen. And it also can happen in settlements where you have well, this is part of a, wait, I don't have... So I got all these menus turned on. That's why it's taking so long. I should have toggled some off. There we go. Yeah, 14 people. So as soon as I did that, I don't know if you saw, you can rewind, but the happiness was going down. And as soon as I went to build mode, it immediately started going back up. It should permanently be going up and get to 100 and stay there, because the washer and dryer that I built. Oh no, do I have one here? Anyway, my washers and dryers provide happiness, so I've been sticking them in settlements. These guys are just happy because, well, look where they live. But yeah, if you don't come back and do that, your happiness will just destroy. It's kind of nice though. We got here a little bit in the evening, because again, the lighting in this one's kind of nice. I didn't really want to go like full out. It actually might could use a little more. Like there's nothing in here, it doesn't look like. But I like to do lamps and candles and little fire pits and fire barrels. Unfortunately, it depends. Sometimes these work and sometimes they don't. It doesn't appear to be putting off the glow right now. Yep. But look for that problem where there's, like I said, people already there. I don't think I really built anything at Taffington. Anyway, hopefully you guys don't mind me just doing a review, because I mean, I'm already getting tired. I can feel it. We need something to eat here soon. So yeah, you know, is it cheesy? A little bit. I think I get a gimme on this one though. If you're just tuning in, Pizza had a heart attack about 5-6 days ago, so I think I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I just stuck some people out here. If you don't know, this is a fantastic place to build. A good place to get your water. If you want some extra rubber, you can always pick these tires up and scrap them. But
Farm's not much, but it's something.
I have scrap mod on. I think I might have a cleanup on this one too. I don't remember. Depends on if the build area is extended. I don't think it is. There we go. No. Okay. Just want to check and see if there's I had a mod on for this for the building, but I don't. All right, so
Ain't looking for trouble.
the nice thing about this is the build area on this is huge, especially out here in the water. It literally comes out to about the edge here-ish. Let's say somewhere in here, and it extends far out into the water. So this is an excellent place to make a purified water farm. This is part of that WDP mod.
Yeah?
Again, look at it. It's fantastic. It only counts as one thing in your build. Same thing with the shelves. Everything you need for a crap little junk store on the side of the road. Oh, my provisioners. I want to show off my provisioners. When I get... So with Immortal Settlers and stuff like that, or like...
Farming's as honest work gets.
putting ballistic fiber on whatever I want, I like to make a mailman. And that's Dogs Not Brahmin. That's like the best mod you can get in the world. Keeps all these bulls from running around in your property. And it's an invincible dog that goes along with your buddy. Moosh moosh? Anyway. Nothing. It's bound. Starlight. Again, I don't think there's anything really here yet. I went to Nordhagen because it's a place that normally you can't build right away. You have to be affiliated with a faction. And I have a mod on that lets me take any settlement. Like I just walk up to the workbench and it's mine. So I can get some settlements, like, and I can go to Somerville too. Yeah, there's nothing here. One of the best places to build. Now I do have a mod on here that cleans it up, adds the wing back on.
Yes?
You can scrap it though. Yes, and it cleans it up pretty good. I got a scrap mod on too, so I already cleaned up a bunch of the stuff that was here. But my favorite part of it is it takes the pond from here. It's normally just sticking in the middle of your stupid build that you got to build around, and moves it over to this corner piece here, which normally you don't have much to do unless you like to build some kind of defense over here. But I don't find attacks from this direction to be a real problem. It's more like your prisoner dragging something in. Actually, let's get rid of this car. That way my prisoner doesn't get blown up. Although they should be invincible because everybody's named. Well, except for these settlers that are already in the game. They're settlers. So I guess they can die. It's trash. Come here. But yeah, that's really my favorite part. You still got to get the radiation out of it. It's still got the trash piles in it and everything. But they're a little harder to see, I think. I don't know. I just like it having the whole space here to build. I don't know if it flattens it out any. I don't think so. I think that's another mod I used. Yeah, it's not. There's a mod that'll kind of flatten out this whole parking area. And obviously we have the grass on. But that doesn't mean you can necessarily plant anywhere that you want out here. But you still got to look for the places to plant. Usually one of the first places I build. Let's go see one that's actually got some stuff going on. Excuse me. Let's try not to cough on him. Might, but alright, Sunshine Tidings. The mod on is called Sunshine Tidings, a travesty of something. Don't actually know what the last part of it is. But I've used it for a very, very long time, and I 100% recommend that you go look it up. Sunshine Tidings, a travesty, will get you to this mod. It is 100% one of my... I just kind of want to look at it at night while we're here. See that... Oh, this is dope. So, this is a glitch with the USO mod for this texture. But I kind of like it. I want to use it on a club. It won't last like that, though. It'll go away eventually, but... Alright, Sunshine Tidings is an integral part of the Commonwealth and Commonwealth rebuild. It is a massive farm when you find it, and it is a massive farm today. Although it is providing food throughout the Commonwealth to my settlements and to all the settlements that trade or are linked with a provisioner. So that's what I mean. That's so, the BOS and the Minutemen, are they really like best pals. No, but they do trade with each other. And you have two big factions with a lot of settlements of people. That actually stimulates the economy. So, anyway, here is where we grow a lot of the chemicals and the drugs. So this is actually, it doesn't really need to be like a fence, or like it's, you know, like not a fence, a front. Do you want to talk to me? Are you? No, you just came to watch me on the roof. Because it's, you know, drugs are everywhere. But again, I want those Mentats, Buff Jet, you know, Psycho. I want all that stuff to be actually being made now, and not hundreds of years old. So, and there are chem dealers, and you know that you have to get ingredients for some of them to help them make some drugs like Jet and whatever. So that's happening here. This is where a large portion of the drugs are being the ingredients grown for them and harvested, and having them turned into actual chems. Yeah, so these are refilling. I think this is the USO mod. I just thought it was cool to have some actual drinks in the drink machines. But if you want, you can come and you can grab these ice cold Nickel Quantums and Vim Refresh. And I will just grab everything. And eventually they'll refill. Yeah, buddy. So again, the premise of this place is a bit, it's sort of like the other farm, where we have a place for, like, you know, we have some flop houses for day workers who want to just come, and you can, that's sort of a, you know, the running theme throughout this. If you work, you get food, a place to stay for the night, and a couple caps in your pocket. You can come in anytime, make it one day. Maybe you're just traveling through. You're on your way to Diamond City. You heard it's the greatest, biggest place that's ever been seen in the whole Commonwealth. It's the Great Green Jewel. Well, you know, you might need a few caps to get there and get in the door. Got to rub a few palms, right? Maybe come here for a couple days. Show up there with a few caps in your pocket and a full belly, and they're off. So let's hit the bar at night. Looks pretty nice, right? We got tons of crap you can eat. Get a coffee, or I don't know. These things don't have to have coffee in them. I just kind of do that. I was thinking that the last time I put one down, I was like, this could have. This looks like the juice machines too from the, you know, when you stay in the, you do the overnight quick econo hotel, and they have the little buffet thing in the morning. You make your own waffle and get your juice out of this thing. I think this is backwards. The shelf is backwards, yeah. Interesting. No labels. We're hiding our labels, man. Every time I come here, and you can get something out of the Eatronic if you don't want to wait. Throw some basketballs, and we have modern facilities. Most things are unisex in the Commonwealth, because it would have to be. People would have to get over a lot of things. We do have a laundry room, right? And again, public sort of facility. This is next to, actually this is sort of attached to the clinic, which you can see says clinic. And we want our patients to be able to stay clean. This is also off the doc's house. He lives back here, so. And you need lots of things to keep stuff clean when you're doing trying to keep things hygienic. Alright, so the dog's pretty wild. He likes to smoke cigars and drink and all that kind of stuff. Pre-war goal. Stuff for your kids to keep busy. The old magazine table. Even got a few medical magazines. You know, we got an X-ray, or not an X-ray machine, a radiation detection machine. So we do a lot of that here. We try to help people get through the radiation sickness. But mostly this would be eating, like, bad crap, and because this game insists there's just this massive amount of radiation around. But come here, get fixed up. This is the doc's office. Associate decorator helping out. WDP. USO. But this is a pretty good dock. You can get it pretty good set up. You probably won't get an infection. You know, he takes your chances. But you're probably not in a situation where you can do much about it anyway. Doc's house, not really completely decorated, but you get the idea. He gets a nice spot. It's kind of, he's pre-war. He likes the old stuff. I'm gonna throw a bunch of old crap in here. Nostalgia. But he doesn't need much. He's got his basic setup. He's lived a long time, survived a long time. He's at that point where it's, you know, keep it simple. But he doesn't need his own outhouse. He's got an extra toilet. This is the bartender's house. It's where she gets a lot of the food, you know, cooked and stuff for that she serves over there. She likes to party and hang out. She's a bartender. You're welcome. Some people are welcome to come and do whatever at her place. But again, she is an integral part of this settlement, bringing in tons of caps. Because again, you know, you can come here and buy drugs, obviously, and you can come here and pick up watermelons and mute fruit. Again, most of the stuff you can use to make drugs and alcohol. But get fixed up, come see the doc. You know, we do charge for different things, and since we got this badass bar, we got people that want to come here from around the Commonwealth and hang out, maybe work and get it all free, or maybe just come and spend their caps. Like I said, she's got a pretty decent setup. She's probably the most popular person here, you know. Could be the mayor if she wanted to. But we don't. We do generals. You know, that's her business, I suppose. That's not the bartender. This is me, not OCD. Or no, this is OCD. This is me decorating with OCD. He likes games and old-fashioned stuff. Nuka memorabilia. The Silver Shroud. For this next part, let's turn the lights on. The nice thing is, if my knees are in the table, it won't knock everything off. Oh, I must have done the table too. Go pizza. Yeah. Because they don't have any lit cigars on the pre-done stuff for this kind of table for it. Looks good. Got a ways to go. Got a couple holotapes up there on the shelf. I'm not mad at myself for what I got in here right now. Let's see. I will say this, though. I do need to do a new video. I did a video called PlayStation 4 mods are dead, and I did it a while back, and I went and I was looking. I was just bored. I was scrolling through, and I was like, what video series should I go and actually like say, hey, here's the reason why I haven't been doing stuff, or give an actual update to anybody that might watch it. And I was like, oh. Sorry, I gotta like text my doctor. I'm alive. They wanted to know. So they what was I talking about? Oh, PS4 mods are dead. So it has 84 views, which is shocking. I would need to do a second one to that series because obviously they're not all dead. I just didn't realize. I had never heard of the. I knew the Creation Club. I already knew. I'm proud of this. I did figure out. Oh, this is me too, by the way. That you couldn't have like certain mods from the Creation Club on. Like I knew that skins for like the Pip-Boy, skins for like the armor and the guns would. I thought crash your game or give you the 0 kilobyte. I didn't know, but I thought that was because I had mods on. I didn't know, but that's just because it's crap. So that was a big part of my rant, and now I know it's should have been centered on the Creation Club. So we have our guard here for the drug den. He's actually a what are you?
Hey.
I can patch you up if you need it.
Yeah, he's a doc.
For a small fee, of course.
So, or in theory,
Not now.
Very well.
a drug dealer, but he's also a garden. This is well fortified and well protected because if they come in, the farm might go, but we'll be here. Alright, so this is where all the... No. This is where we do some of the chem making. Get our jugs together. Our lab set up. We don't just make, you know, we got the dock here, right? And it'd be profitable too. Especially some of the, I mean, thinking how much stems cost, right? So if you can make stems, sell them, holy cow, mentats, all that stuff. So we're definitely making drugs that are like Rad-X, Rad-Away, you know, stuff that helps the Commonwealth. But we're also getting our jet, psycho, real chemical. We even know how to make quantum. So this way, when I find mentats laying around in the Commonwealth, I at least know where they came from. And they're not 100 and 210 years old. Alright. Here's our head drug dealer. I thought about putting him at one of the tables, looking like he was doing some work and experimenting, but I just had I forget why I didn't do it, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, this is where you come to get high and hang out and get drugs. And this is where they sleep. They're probably some of the richest people in the Commonwealth, man, but they're busy. They're more interested in getting that product out, getting buzzed, and protecting their assets for that retirement. Now let me show off the again. I think this is USO, but we've got all kinds of alchemy ingredients. Is all I can say. Down here, look at all these mushrooms. My God, we're gonna make some drugs, right? So, and tats. Over here, we've got kind of like a little hodgepodge, jack of all trades lady. She's into, you know, she'll give you a haircut. She's got some stuff for you. So just this is like one of the things I'd love to add. Just to, you know, like this lady's tough. She's figured out how to make it like work. She's got her spot built up, man. She's mechanically inclined, and she has like a little area that you can come and do, like, for people to crash in, like a flop house, a B&B, if you will. So this is basically her, and this is where you can come and crash. You can see there's a couple people already here. This is where, like, where the people, you know, can come get drunk at the bar, just come flop, get a haircut, whatever. And she also does laundry service and sells clothes. I just, you know, a hustler, making that money. Here we got our general goods merchant. And again, the mechanic, mechanically inclined over there, mechanic here. So you've got two high-end, you know, just that's what I like about Sunshine Tidings, is the ability with all these different buildings. You can kind of give them this, give people roles instead of just have people being settlers in your community. But this is the person that, you know, fixes things, gets things going. That's why we got some TVs running up in here. That's why, you know, again, a huge part of the reason why this settlement would be functional. So. But he's got all the good crap you can buy. Got some Deezer's lemonade. He can fix up old stuff. He's got old new stock. Your basic garbage. Everybody needs a colander in the apocalypse. Some nuclear material. But you can fix your armor, your guns, patch up your robot. This is all mods, by the way. Everything pretty much in here, which is fantastic, because again, it's not, well, I did this stuff on the floor and up here on top of the toolbox here, but I mean, imagine how laggy this would be if you had to place every one of these things. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces instead of the 50 plus it would have been just for those. So thanks, Modder. We love him, don't we, Dawson? My man is always working on something. So he's one of those guys that would have, like, you know, junk laying around the house. He's got that dream project, right? And this is his house. So that's where you go get your work done. That's just kind of where he does. But this is what I mean. Like, he's that guy. Always tinkering. Always got something out in the yard. Something he's working on. and not just not just at the shop, not just throughout the whole process here, but you know, even in his house. Don't come in the front door too funny. He don't put up with that. But keeping the settlement armed, keeping their arms in good shape, and helping, you know, making caps by fixing people's in the Commonwealth. My man's trying to get the video camera going. You see what I mean? I don't know if you don't know somebody like this, like a person that's really mechanically inclined or handy. They will often have, if not places like this, areas like this. Sometimes places like this. There's just like 6 toasters they're working on. Well, no, you gotta pull the, I gotta get the wire out of that one to put over on this one. Yeah, my man is still rocking the typewriter. We do have computers, but I like the idea of, no man, old school is this guy's way. He can fix it, make it happen. Oh, here they are. So this is the happiness dryer and washer. So this community's happiness will just go up to 100% eventually. You figure he would have the nicest one in the settlement, right? Have it right in his room. This is his. No one else puts their stuff in here but him. Old radio, you know what I mean? That's my mechanic. So again, you got a lot of OP people here. You got a bartender who's popular in the Commonwealth. You got major drug operation that's, you know, one of that I'll have eventually, but one of the major drug operations going on. You got a jack of all trades, which is always good. Serious mechanic that can get stuff, you know, fixed, taken care of in the settlement. And here is where our permanent sort of like workers live. And obviously it's a little more personalized. They have lockers to keep, you know, the clothes in if they don't, you know, they can change after they're done farming all day. They get good food, good booze, and their own crapper. Because these are the folks really that are helping keep this place going. Or no, maybe this is the flop. No, that's right. This is right. So you can also, we do have for some place for day workers in here too. So this is where you would stay. You'd have all the benefits of, you know, grabbing a coffee, a beer out of the fridge, and eating whatever you wanted. 3 squares and a room, a couple caps in your pocket. But we also have, like I said, a few people that are obviously sort of integrating themselves into the community and have a little bit more of a permanent kind of area. All mods. WDP. But see how quickly just you're able to add that feel of having, you know, lived in. I'd like to put more stuff in, and I like to do the OCD stuff. You know, a little table with some crap on it. But that way it just really keeps the build a lot lighter. Like, this isn't WDP, I don't think. This is a different mod. But again, you just get that feel. Without having to place a lot of stuff. I love these purple windows, man. For rent. Pay the caps, come crash. She's the lady that's in charge of the flop house slash, you know, residences for the people that actually live here.
You got a dangerous look about you.
Well, thank you.
Hope you ain't here for me.
No, you have a really cool dress, though. And I like to do that too in some of the places. You know, the farmers are going to look like they're wearing their farmer clothes because they're wearing their farmer clothes. But try to give, you know, like I said, they have lockers, so in theory they can change at night. And I just like to have some people that would just, you know, not everybody's going to be geeked in armor around. So he's got a window out into the hellscape. Again, you know, laundry services, you can get your clothes cleaned here.
Don't care much for good neighbor. That place is nothing but trouble.
She keeps her reading up. She's packing a gun, I bet. Did I give you a gun?
Excuse me.
I'm sure I have something you need.
Can we trade a few things?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I did. Look at that. Compensated, calibrated, powerful 10mm pistol. I don't know why you got that. I wonder if she was in a feather dress. Got all kinds of clothes on you. Take that too. What are you doing with all this stuff, lady? But she can do a little bit of food for you if you need it. But that's not really her thing. It's more about running this business and, like, you know, like I said, you can come, making sure the people that need to pay to do laundry and want a little meal from her should get her money. This first part of where we're processing the actual plants and vegetables and stuff that we're putting out into the actual Commonwealth, trading with other vendors. So this is where you know we.
You've got to help. They've kidnapped my friend.
No, they didn't. This is where we crated up and get away, lady. And then darn it, I'm afraid I'll be stuck in conversation with her. It'll do that. I won't be able to talk to anyone else. Can I talk to you? It's risky.
I'd like to trade some items.
Okay.
Alright. I had tapped it twice. So hopefully I don't have to worry about her now. Okay. You know, a place for you to go and take a shower, get cleaned up. So again, it could be a charge for it, or it could just be part of for the workers. And that's the tidings. Now, the travesty changes some things in the terrain a little bit. It adds a really cool little backstory, and it changes the houses to usable housing. So if you've been here before, you should have noticed that this is really the biggest change. I've got a scrap mod on, so I've changed some things as well, but I always think this place is really easy to wall up. You don't necessarily have to like do what I did. I wanted to have it sort of like there was a leftover feel from when it was pre-war. Since these are pre-war houses, so you get the hedges, an old fence row. But most of it's just added on. But you can see, you can use buildings to make walls, but we've got these hedges, which would not actually stop, you know. There are flamethrowers in this game. But there is a way out, an in. Oh, the other thing about this playthrough and the roleplay is we're dealing with a much lower raider problem. In my Commonwealth, there's no settlement attacks. Turn that off, because it's hard to build when you got to keep jumping around to, you know, a settlement every 20 minutes. And since I plan on having, like, you know, I don't know how far I'm going to go, but at least, you know, 20 plus settlements, I guess I'll go until the game crashes. won't let me do stuff anymore. But until then, you know, I'll keep adding in. Abernathy, big farm. So, big farm. Major producer of a lot of the food in the provisioner chain. So, pretty much any settlement that's linked will have access to at least, you know, food.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, we're good, thanks. Thanks for asking. This is going to be, like, again, this is an extensive, massive farm, so I'm going to put in a lot of, I'm going to do a little bit of a booze farming theme. Like, we're also making some booze here, moonshine or whatever. And then this will be like a shop for, you know, fixing tools and guns and armor and tractors and anything else we need. Hey, I know. Yep. Now, vehicles are in this game in my mind, because there would be. So we got a front loader, we got multiple tractors. You know, we're not 100%. Less radiation, cleaner water, grass, some green trees. That's how it would actually be. So old farms would have old buildings. Hopefully this one was made. There's sort of parts of it that are still together. A little bit of decoration started here. But this again is sort of like a flop house. With the idea that there's some slightly more permanent residents. But also day labor. Yeah, you want everybody pretty much fed and happy. Maybe they'll stick around for a couple days. Back here, this is one of those places where the shops can break if you get too far away from this structure. So I try to build shops near this structure, I guess. I wanted to go, again, sort of a realistic kind of defense. So we got a couple old buses parked forever and just some crap gate. We use the building here as part of the wall. But again, so settlement tax aren't really, you know, something that happens in this iteration. So they're not, they're careful because they obviously they're raiders and just bad guys out there in the world. But you know, so I've turned these into actual like little homes, or they will be part of the wall, but also part of the housing here. Little shop. And then our trade area. Really, this is just more like for the, again, you came here, you were, so the idea for a lot of these places back in time, in history, is that you want people to come and say, oh man, what? I can get 3 squares and a place to sleep and, you know, walk away with some money just picking stuff and doing labor. Okay. Well, I happen to be able to fix chairs. Well, cool. We got like a stack of chairs you can fix while you're here. Right? And then at the end of the day, they got 4 or 5 caps in their pocket. You know, they had their 3 squares. But maybe they want a little can of chips before bed. Gotta pay for that. Man, they could really use an alarm clock out there on the road. Do like to keep my clothes clean sometimes. Duct tape, what? So, they wake up tomorrow, have a drink or two that wasn't, you know, I didn't say you get free alcohol. You get 3 squares, you get a bed, and a few caps in your pocket. So, wake up in the next morning and you're broke again. Well, dang. Guess I'll go back out and
Got no handouts if that's
fix
what
some
you're looking
tomatoes
for.
today. Oh, yeah, you got a counter that needs fixing? I can do that too. I'm kind of carpentry. And in a couple weeks, you live here and you're a carpenter. You've been consumed. All right. So yeah, she's her junk dealer, you know, again. But again, there are people. There's going to be a lot of transient people that are just going to kind of actually come in and work for a couple days. So maybe there's stuff they need from where they're going, or grab a little food for the road. She can work on your gun. I love this thing. I wish you could get one with the hermit crab in it. We have transportation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I want to assume I've done generally what I normally do in here, which is nothing. Looks about right. And then probably stuck some poor people to sleep up here. Yep. I do like to build in the center part. I once built up almost all the way, basically the top of the tower. Just wrapped it around until I got up around past these. And then it kind of comes in again, and then built like a platform. It's getting tedious. Silk beans, again, I think you'd be able to grow all kinds of stuff. I don't understand why silk beans in particular, because beans would be extremely helpful. They're hardy, they can help enrich soil.
Yes?
It doesn't make any sense. This should have been a plant all along. But here, like I said, this is the food. This is our food, and technically starch farms, right? Starch will be important no matter what. We need that adhesive. That's about it.
We're not hiring. Try down at Warwick Homestead.
I know that's actually pretty dope, because I did turn off the it's like 14 is pretty good for right now. But I love that just falls perfectly into the role play. You're saying like right now, you know, we got enough workers, we got enough going on. Try Warwick. I'd like to do that. Warwick's a fun one to do. It's pretty far away though, isn't it? It's like way out here on one of these edges. Croup, no. Out here by the castle. Yeah. I wouldn't have anything close to that. What stayed on down here? Egret. You know, I'm curious to see what's there, because I think I did a video. That's basically that one. I think I did a video there. And I know this is going on forever, but I just, like I said, this is the first. I'm feeling a little bit of energy. And, you know, might as well finish a tour. So. And then there'll be a couple hour video out there if anybody wants to even bother with it. Okay. So now maybe I just took it place. Or maybe I scrapped what I did. Nah, I haven't done anything here. Whoa, there's grenades and stuff. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I gotta get some connectors. Not sure why I went out there. Oh, see, it's doing it again. Now it says there's 35 people there. have no idea, because this place doesn't... Well, I guess it comes with Mr. Goodfeels, who disappears. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But you know what? I think it is mission-oriented, too, because I think there's a... It's one of those places where if you go to a settlement that has some people in it, like let's say you go to Green Top, they're like, hey, we've heard about a place that's over here, and and they'll tell you where it is on the map, and then we heard it would be a great place for a settlement. If you go over there and clear it out, we'll have some friends move in. Pretty sure it's one of those. So anything that has to do with like settlers that are on the map, can break it. I'm gonna do two things. So it said like 38, like I said, so as soon as it switches over, the arrow should be down on happiness, but it should immediately go right back up to green. Down. It's not going up. The problem could be they've unassigned from their beds. No. Alright, well I got the population total down, but I don't think it's gonna go up until I help this dumb lady.
Hey there.
You've got to help. They've kidnapped my friend.
Who kidnapped him?
They said they'd be back for the ransom in a few days. If I don't pay up, they'll kill him. But I don't have that kind of money.
Here.
Here's the ransom. Pay them when they come back.
Oh. Okay, thanks. I just hope I can trust those raiders to keep their promise.
Me too. What the shit? It was like a massive explosion. I thought I heard some small arms fire. Well, whatever it was, it's over now, I guess. Anyway, yeah, hopefully that's done. I really don't remember what happens if you pay the ransom. There it goes. Yep. So I guess whatever, that settler's back. Yeah, I know I'd done it before, but I wasn't quite sure what the outcome was. But that's all it took. Yeah, until I accepted that stupid quest, the happiness was going to keep going down. Get my sleepy fog brain together. So, what was I talking about earlier that I wanted to finish? Oh, so yeah, the PS4 mods are dead. Or, what is it? It's like Fallout 4 PS4 mods are dead. And I've realized with 84 reviews that I just titled it well. It's not a bad video. It's just not completely accurate, unfortunately. Okay, good. So Red Rocket is nothing. It's just usually what I use Red Rocket for quite... Although we do have some Red Rocket folks around. Come on. Come on. You gotta love it. Pompadours, the Red Rocket
You hear
stuff.
about that farm run by ghouls? Isn't that something?
It is something. I've been there. I can't wait to build there. Alright, so USO puts these kids in the game.
Farm and make other people do all the work.
That's great, kid. But you don't do anything but just stand here. You can't farm. Most of the kids can farm, right? So if a kid shows up, I can just click on one of the 6 of these, and they'll go do that forever. That's all they'll do. I guess there's kids' beds, but I don't know. I don't care. Trying to avoid.
Death call once. It was far away.
No, you didn't.
I
And
saw.
then
Easy living, this ain't.
I know we're working on it, but this is just a settler collector that I use to send other settlers out into the world. The USO ones can get funky sometimes, and they'll disappear. Or that's what used to
You got
happen.
to take things one day at a time.
And so anyway, so I need to do another video where I just say, hey, I was wrong. I didn't realize that this Creation Club glitch is one of the major problems that I was having. What put me in that sort of state of mind when I did that video, and yeah, just say I was wrong about that, or at least, you know. Also, I want to go off on the Creation Club for a while. Sure, that video's never been made, and then well, and I wasn't completely off either.
Yes?
See, there's my mailman and her dog, but because I do have a lot of older mods that just they don't work anymore at all. So that part wasn't inaccurate and it was a little frustrating. Like I said, they just don't get a lot of support because I guess the modders don't really get a lot of support either. Sanctuary's not not much going on. I kind of broke it, but you know, I got stuff going on.
Yes?
Yes. I know people like to build here. I've done some massive, extensive builds here. Oh, these chairs. Here's a pro tip. When you get to Sanctuary, go through and destroy all the chairs, or bring a bunch to the middle here. There's also seating inside this house, inside this house. But try to keep it centralized, because otherwise they'll constantly be wandering around the settlement like this person back here. And even if you delete floors of houses they just tend to wander into, they'll still come in here. I don't understand. It must be nav mesh to the ground. I thought maybe it was nav mesh to the floor, but eventually, sometimes they'll even put a wall to keep them from wandering around back here. But they love to walk back here to this house. And again, there's no seating back here anymore. I took the floor out. You know, but they still come back here. But it does narrow it down. They're not up front. They're not in some random house. They're not sitting in a chair that's in somebody's backyard. Which, if you don't go around, there's just so many seating options. Like there's chairs normally here that you can, you know, it can be really hard to find settlers when you're looking for them around here. So, pro tip. And don't take your floors out because it's a complete waste. Alright, let's double check. I think. It's doing it again. Why? I'm gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna quit out of here in a minute. But I don't want to quit with the numbers jacked. Yeah, certain settlements. So this happens a lot at Sunshine Tidings. It happens a lot at Nordhagen. It happens at Somerville, like I said. And I guess it happens at Sunshine Tidings because, like, there is sort of this settler there that's, when you first get there, it's a robot. I think there's a couple other places too. Like I said, if there's settlers there, maybe Oberland. You gotta watch that one. I don't think I've ever had a problem with Grey Garden or the slog. I used to think it had something to do with the settler beacons, but it's not. Alright. Back to 14, and happiness is we're going right back up. This one, I haven't built here in a long time. But it's kind of in a crap spot. Be interesting to build sort of a defensive structure there, though. You gotta be careful with the slog too, because it's so close to the, what do those people call it, the forged. Especially with provisioners, they'll drag them over. Everybody be out fighting the forged. No, I need to fix that fast travel point too. That's not helpful. Let's make the fast travel point right where in front of the forged. Sure. I don't know where I want to put it right now. Put it by this bench. Same thing at Sunshine Tidings. I need to fix that one too. I said I was going to do two things, and then I did not. Pop in right there. Yeah, I want to play with the slog. Slog's kind of fun to tie in with the build anywhere. And if you do the drum and diner thing, then or you can come down here and add to this little diner down here and make it part of the build. I've done that before. You need to build anywhere to do it though. Alright, well, let's wrap it up. So, yeah, Pete's had a heart attack. I'm alive and kicking and taking lots of drugs and being still. I'll try to keep my videos, you know, coming out when I can. Like I said, probably going to take a little break from the Skyrim roleplay, but I think I'll do a video. I think I gotta do a video for Skyrim Call of the Wild. Nobody really watches The Long Dark, which makes me sad because I think that's some of my best stuff. But whatever. But and just sort of make that announcement in those two, because not everybody watches everything. So in here, it's time to work on the slog. Looks like we scrapped up a bunch of stuff already.
I realize how much you did for us.
You're welcome. And I don't know what direction I want to take in this one. Usually, again, this is another major farm. It's a good place to get a lot of crops grown. I also turned it into a carnival one, so it was kind of fun. Alright, well, if you happen to catch this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And if you see this at a later date or time, thanks for watching. If you ever feel weird, sick, gross, just out of place, or, you know, not sure what's going on, go to the doctor. Go as fast as you can. And if you can't, go to the ER and just deal with it, man. Because, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I had a weird feeling. I paid attention to what I'd seen in television shows. Chest pain. I think I've heard of that. And it saved my life. You know, 100%. I mean, the doctors actually saved my life, but it didn't hurt that I got there as early as I did. And instead of just putting it off and going, oh, I just feel crappy, it's indigestion, you know, let me take some Tums, maybe lay down. I'm here. So, yep. Y'all be good. Y'all take care of yourselves and your bodies as best as you can. Get to the doctor. Get checked out. Do it as soon as possible if you can. I know we live in a real world where it's not 100% possible for everybody. Believe me, I know. But
Let's see.
if you feel that something's wrong, you gotta talk to somebody and do something about it. Alright. Y'all take care of yourselves.